Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long time since I've uploaded, but today I wanted to talk about the Lies of P demo that just came out after the first Summer Games Fest showcase of games. So I assume if you're watching this video, you probably looked it up on YouTube, right? So you probably are interested in the game and you know that it's a inspired by like Bloodborne. It's a Souls like. We see many of these, and I want to give my opinion on it. Now, it's just a demo, something you could do very quick. It's only like oh, beginning of the game, like first area and a boss, right? You get some of the mechanics. So it wouldn't be fair to judge it. So I can't say, and I'm not going to say whether the game is going to be good or bad. I just want to give my impressions on what I think based off playing all the FromSoft games and playing a lot of Souls likes. I just want to give my impression because I'm honestly kind of concerned, but also I would say cautiously optimistic about this game. So I've been playing it. I'm right before the final, well, not final, but I'm right before the boss. Um, for the demo. So I mean, I've done everything and collected everything. So let's get into it so I can discuss this. So I've watched this game for a while. You know, the little bit of information we've gotten, and um, I think the story is interesting. So pretty much you're playing as Geppetto, like Lies of P. So like uh, Pinocchio, right? You're playing as Geppetto's uh, puppet essentially. And there's like, if from what I get from the information we get in the demo, there's like a uprising or all the puppets are go like crazy and start hurting people. Um, so besides story, which sounds interesting, it kind of reminds me about like another Souls like Steel Rising. If you've heard or played that, this game kind of feels like that in mechanics, and I feel the story is kind of like that. That's like automats, so like robots, kinda, so almost like what we have here, and going crazy and killing humans, and that's like during the French Revolution. So that this the story here, obviously there's not enough to put together, but it sounds something like that, right? um so you have something created by humans, and then they go crazy or whatever, revolt, and then they start killing people. So um I say that because this game feels a lot kind of like in graphics. It's kind of like Steel Rising, and then like the feel of the game, um, when it comes to weapon. So you can really tell that this is a Souls-like inspired by that. Um, just like many other Souls-like, I mean, even the menu design, the HUD, everything is kind of like Souls games. Um, if I had to put it down, I would say that I know this is supposed to be inspired by Bloodborne, but honestly, if I had to compare it, if from the little bit you get in the demo, from the feel of it, the weight of the weapons, how kind of stiff it is, to your movements, I would say that it feels like uh, Bloodborne combat, feel kind of, with like the weight behind the weapons, especially heavier weapons. I would say it feels like Bloodborne, so that inspiration, more so than like Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 3. I'd say it feels more like Bloodborne, and then um I would say the closest besides that is like Dark Souls 2 inspiration. And can't really speak for performance because it's only a demo. And with that together, kind of gives me the impression, like I said, of Steel Rising. Like that, I don't want to say level of quality because there's a lot of problems with Steel Rising. So I don't want to say quality because I don't know nothing about this game, like if it'll be glitchy or not. But that's the impression I get. So, like the weapon attacks animations are a little bit like how they are in Steel Rising. They're not exactly like any Souls-like. I mean, they're like your standard swings and pokes. I mean, you get that in your Souls games and Bloodborne, but that's not here now. You know, I mean, who really cares about the animations? But they have some weight to it, and that's what I think is most like Bloodborne rather than any other Souls game, because you could just feel like a little bit of resistance to it, the heaviness of the swing. You get weapon arts. Well, they're not called weapon arts, but you get like weapon arts like Dark Souls 3, where every weapon has like a different blocking with R1 and triangle, or just triangle. They get a different move. They take up a different amount of the meters, which you fill up by hitting enemies. So it's kind of like that in a sense. There's a lot of different inspirations coming to this game, where you can heal chip damage from enemies. Okay, so let's try and enemies. I don't know how much you can get healed, but maybe it's only with blocking. I haven't really tested this one. Let's try with blocking. See, I heal a little bit of chip damage. And that's kind of like a Soulsborne mechanic. I mean, not Soulsborne, that's Bloodborne mechanic. Running with holding circle, that's like Souls games, but you try to get that in many games. Jumping is holding R to run and left thumbstick, so like Dark Souls 2. I said like heavy attacks, especially with heavier weapons like Bloodborne. The UI is like a Souls game inspiration. You have your throwables, you have your lamp. You know, there's items you can pick up that you can imbue with damage, imbue your weapon with damage. There's throwables, like explosives. So, yeah, I mean, it's not that it's just, you can see the heavy inspiration from the Souls games, right? Heavy inspiration, which is a popular thing for people to do. We get many games. My thing is that why I'm saying I'm cautiously optimistic is because while this may just be a demo and it's not fair to judge, I do not know if this game will be worth a $70 price tag. I think it's normal price for PS4 and then $69.99 for PS5, and that gives you some exclusive. I really feel like it's going to be a Steel Rising issue comparison. Or other Souls like. If I had to compare it to another one, I would say it would probably be better than Mortal Shell, but probably the same quality as Steel Rising. Like I said, it's not fair to judge because it's just a demo, but that's just how it feels to me. Rarely are these Souls-likes, even when they're great and they work and they're not like glitchy or crashing, you know, they're just, it's not like cheap imitations, but they do so much to be like that type of thing. Like a Souls-like, it'd be difficult to die and retrieve whatever they're calling in their game, and you know, rinse and repeat, right? And then the bosses that I just really don't know if it's gonna be worth $70, right? And we haven't been shown any detail. And like I said, to be fair, it's a demo, right? So I don't know all the mechanics of the game, but from what they're showing here, you know, you don't get magic, right? You don't get any magic. You get some abilities, right? Like you can upgrade you might have Legion for abilities. I assume if you upgrade something enough, your Fatal slot will increase, so you could do more of your special attacks. You know, then you got your like standard resistances, pretty basic like upgrades for levels. What is different in this game is that when you die, and something I haven't seen, which is honestly harder than like Souls like, is when you die, you drop your ergo, is what they're calling it in this game. What's different is you can go retrieve it, but if you take damage, it lowers the amount of ergo you can pick up. I've never seen that in another Souls like ever. That is the first time I've seen it. And honestly, that makes it a little more difficult because can you think of how many times you've played a Souls like or the Souls games period and you died and you're struggling to get back to where you died to pick up your souls, you know, and then you take damage but you heal and all that. In this game, it lowers the amount you'll get back. I mean, that's crazy because you know, in all those games, so I assume it's going to be like it in this game. There's probably going to be areas you die that are necessarily not going to be easy just to run past enemies and get to them. You're going to have to fight something, and you're probably going to take damage. That's a lot of pressure, and honestly, a really interesting mechanic. But besides that, there doesn't seem to be. There's like combat. You can stun enemies and do like finisher type moves. The classic, you can get behind them and do like a finisher type move. But besides that, there doesn't seem to be like interesting mechanics. Although as I rested, so you can see down in the bottom right that white bar is my weapon durability. So what is interesting about this game is that when you attack enemies, it lowers, and obviously that would lower the amount of attack that weapon would do and how it performs over time. You can actually heal it for free, fix it for free. So that's cool. That's a mechanic I haven't seen before either. Usually you have to repair it, buy it, you know, pay for it at a merchant. So that is something interesting. So there's a few little mechanics here. And again, it's a demo, so I can't say what is completely in the game. But if it's just little mechanics here that make this game unique compared to other Souls-likes, I do not know if it'll be worth it for $70. I am cautiously optimistic. This game is coming out. What's this one? I forget. There's tons of games that have been announced and its release date in October. This one is October 20th, I believe. Or something. It's October 20th or 13th. Something like that. It's in October. Like many other games. So this is going to have a tough spot to compare with all those other games. Honestly. So, what else can I really say about it? I look forward to it. I want to keep covering it. I'm not saying it'll be bad or anything. I'm really interested to see how it goes. I just have no, like, I'm 50-50 on it. You know, me playing lots of Souls-likes, how it feels and looks to me, let's put it this way, how it feels and looks to me, I'm thinking and leaning more towards buying it to cover it on the channel than to necessarily buy it to really, really enjoy it as a fan of the Souls games and Souls-likes, is a way to put it. To me, it seems like it'd be better just for the content I can make out of it than really, really enjoying the experience. Not that it would probably be bad, but is there better Souls-likes? Maybe. But I think what we can see here is that it's on good footing. Everything is there, even from item placement, enemy respawns. I mean, everything's there. It is a Souls-like through and through. No joking there. Everything about it. And sometimes that hinders these types of games, personally. You know, sometimes that's bad to copy pretty much every mechanic, because I might sound really critical, but that's how people get about these type of things. It's easy for people to be critical and put them down for copying and then not living up to it. But again, cautiously optimistic. We'll keep on it. I think I've pretty much covered everything I wanted to talk about. I know this seems like a big jumbled mess, but I really don't have like an order or a system to explain this. I just wanted to put my opinions out there as someone who plays these types of games and has been playing them for a long time and played all From Software, from Bloodborne to all the Dark Souls, and Demon Souls. I've played those games. I have experience in these games. So not that my opinion or anything is like better than anyone's, but I'm not some newbie giving my thoughts on it when I've never played a Souls-like. It's just all I'm saying. Thanks for watching the video. I hope maybe it put some information out there for you. I would say if you're split on this game at all, go play a demo, completely free. Experience for yourself. You get to play like the first hour or so. You find some journal entries. Obviously, as you saw, I showed you level up. I don't know how much they let you level up, but hey, if you wanted to sit around and farm your ergo, you could do that. But I would say go play the demo. I mean, whether you think you like the game or not, it's just something free and fun to play. And enjoy it. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. But until then, bye.